Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. Today I have got a really simple recipe video for you, but it's one that I mentioned in one of my What I Eat in a Day videos and you guys said you wanted it, so I created it for you. Today I'm going to show you how to make really quick and easy pickled red onions. This recipe is delicious, and pickled red onions are one of those things that you can make in about 10 minutes. They're ready really quickly and they go well on so many different things. If you do want to make this and you want to follow along with proportions and everything like that, I have linked the blog post down below. It talks a little bit more about how to make pickled red onions, but also how to use them and the types of onions, vinegars, etc. that you can use. So you can find that down below. And before we dive in, I would love for you to subscribe. If you are not yet part of our community, you can tap the red button that is right below this video. It says subscribe, and that will subscribe you. Otherwise, I will see you back at the end of this video and I'll share some of my favorite ways to use pickled onions. So the first step is obviously to slice your onion. You are going to use whatever size onion you want, just needs to fit inside of your jar. So choose your jar first and then decide on the amount of onion. But I basically just like to thinly slice it with a knife. You could also use a mandolin slicer if you wanted to, but just get thin strips. I like the half circles. I think that those work the best. And once you have your onions sliced up, you can set them aside. Once you've selected your jar, I am using a pint-sized jar here. You are going to fill it up with your onions, and you can really pack them in because they will soften as they pickle, but just kind of jam them in there, get them as full as you can, and then we're gonna add in some spices. This is optional, but I really like adding in some fennel seeds as well as some celery seeds. It just adds a really nice flavor. And then I always add salt and pepper as well. For my vinegar, I like to use red wine vinegar for pickled onions, but you could use another vinegar. I've mentioned it in my post, so if you want to read more about that, you can find that down below. And basically you're just gonna fill your jar halfway up with the vinegar and then fill it up the rest of the way with water. Screw on the lid and give it a good shake. You can really like shake it hard. And then you will just set this aside and it should start to pickle relatively quickly. You can probably use them in about 15 minutes. These ones were pickled overnight, but the longer they pickle, the softer they'll get and the more flavor they will be infused inside of the onions. So just take that into account as well. And if you're looking for a way to use them, I'll talk about this in a second, but my favorite way is to serve them on top of tacos. These are my buffalo cauliflower and chickpea tacos. They are so good, and I will link that recipe down below for you if you would like to try them. But that is how you make pickled red onions. And there you have it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed today's pickled onion tutorial video. If you want to see more of these like kind of easy, simple how-to videos, let me know. If you have any specific requests, drop those down below. Like I said, I do have the blog post up and ready for you, so that is linked down below as well. And if you are stumped on like how to use pickled onions and you want to try them but you don't want them to go to waste, here are some of my favorite ways. I personally think that pickled onions are amazing on tacos, any variety of taco. They just taste so good. They add a really nice brightness and zing, and they are delicious. So whether you're using tofu, beans, eggs, salmon, fish, chicken, etc., can't go wrong with a little bit of pickled onion on top. I also love pickled onions on top of like salads or bowls. Again, they are just an ingredient that adds a little bit of zing to the flavor, and it really just kind of pops and is bright, and it's really great on top of salads and Buddha bowls. And then I also love pickled red onions on top of avocado toast. So just a slice of toast, top it with some avocado, maybe some vegan feta, and a little bit of pickled red onion, and it is primo, so delicious. And then I actually also asked Matt what he liked for how to use pickled onions, and he just said right out of the jar, so that's an option too. If you, like I said, want to try this recipe, it's linked down below for you, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the red button that is right below this video. It says subscribe, and that will subscribe you. Otherwise, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!